I've never really wanted to be a chef. I enjoy cooking and baking. I enjoy making people happy with the food I make. But the reality of a chef is 12-hour long shifts. Oven so hot, you could dry a wet towel in a minute. Manual labor that constantly have you thinking and on your toes. Quite literally. And if you're lucky, a head chef that has kept his sanity. The kitchen is a high-pressure, sink-or-swim environment. If you can't keep up, you'll drown in a sea of orders and prep work. Some would say I'm being dramatic. Others would say I'm underselling it. Either way, it's not a particularly easy trade. Nevertheless, after a few years in culinary school, countless hours in the kitchen, a couple of cuts and burns later, I found myself in this line of work. Being Muslim in a predominantly non-Muslim industry can be challenging, as I'm sure many Muslims can attest to. Especially in the kitchen. It's likely you will handle haram produce, and you don't always get the luxury of wearing gloves. You must get in the habit of performing tayammum daily, usually multiple times a day, and just keep going. I'm ashamed to admit, but when I was younger, I sometimes felt that salah can be a bit of a chore, but that mentality changed real quick after I began life as a chef. 10 to 12 hour shifts mean you will have to pray at work. A broom closet, electrical room, storage unit, lift landing, or what have you. I soon found myself relishing the minutes I could steal away from the chaos and hustle to the wudu and seek solace in prayer. Save the train rides home, these were often the quietest times of my day. No matter how much had happened during the service, I always thought, just a bit more until prayer time. And then Asr comes round, you take your wudu, then you just pour everything out on the prayer mat. Not literally, but you get the picture. There's nothing quite like a moment of peace amidst the chaos of a hectic kitchen. So when you're in the kitchen, if you're there long enough, you fall into this state, a flow state, a trance of sorts. Everything is clockwork. Dicing onions, peeling potatoes, turning carrots, filleting a fish, whatever. But ever so often something snaps you out of this daze. Sometimes it's the most extraordinary thing, other times it's broccoli. When I first saw it, if I recall correctly, I made an audible exclamation. Something along the lines of, huh? What? There was so much detail in such a compact form. Now if you've seen one before, you know what I'm on about. It's an intricate design of fractals and spirals that looks like it's from an alien planet. I looked it up and, to my surprise, the number of spirals on the head of a Romanesco broccoli is a Fibonacci number. The Fibonacci sequence is closely interconnected with the golden ratio. From galaxies to a fingerprint, from a sunflower to the ovary of an anglerfish, the Fibonacci appears in the smallest to the largest objects in nature and beyond. It's essentially nature's code. I just kind of stood there, marveling at a head of broccoli. But then my thoughts delved into something deeper. Behind every elegantly crafted thing, there must be a crafter. If there's a design, there's a designer. And behind whatever created thing, surely there's a creator. No, wait. It's simply just the laws of nature that have caused this. But the laws of nature would infer that there is a lawmaker. The only logical conclusion you can arrive at, that this is the product of intelligent design. Alhamdulillah, I'm blessed with the faculties to think, ask, and use logic. And logic may be in short supply in these strange times. But the signs are abundant if we are willing to look. I felt a sense of relief. I had an answer to this age-old question. A question that many people are still asking today. The fact is, most people, whether they ponder the question or not, accept the work, eat, sleep cycle as life, and have no desire for a deeper understanding of purpose in the universe. A meaningless cycle in what should be a meaningful purpose of existence. But yeah, back to the broccoli. This humble broccoli single-handedly bolstered my iman and reaffirmed my faith. Reminders of the Deen are everywhere if we are willing to look. Throughout my tenure as a chef, working in all kinds of restaurants and kitchens, I've come across all kinds of ingredients, from rockfish to goose barnacles to physalis and morel mushrooms. The wonders and diversity of Allah's creations are undeniable. Even though I'm considered an infant in the industry, I've learned a lot about cooking. I've learned all kinds of techniques and recipes and worked with incredible ingredients. But the most rewarding lesson I've found is something closer to home. How many times have you heard the phrase, "Paradise lies under your mother's feet"? Have you taken a minute to think about the condition of our mother's feet? How many hours have they spent standing, cooking for the family, preparing iftar during Ramadan, preparing a feast for Eid or a special family occasion? One of the most rewarding things is being able to cook for your mother, your father, your family. Relieving the chore of cooking from your mother's shoulders will be welcomed. Perhaps at first you'll be met with a laugh or a funny look, but the more you cook and the better you get, Insha'Allah, your mother will be a bit more relaxed in relinquishing the task to you. On some days, anyway. Our intentions may be pure and good, but our actions must reflect them. Cooking is one thing, but cleaning up after is another. You don't want to leave the kitchen with a sink full of dishes, so clean as you go. The thing is, you don't need to spend years in culinary school to learn how to cook. You don't need to know the different types of mollusks or the vegetable families to be able to prepare a meal for your family. All you need is a bit of preparation, effort, and of course, it never hurts to begin with Bismillah. So learn to cook. Do it well. Do it cleanly and eat with your family, because eating together is a sunnah. It's a simple way to get closer with your family and in turn, closer to Allah. So yeah, I never really wanted to be a chef. But then again, it's never really about what we want, but what Allah plans.